welcome to the Not All Love and Light podcast. I'm your host, Romy Moreno, and today we're with Lori and Malisse from Vitality Massage Studio. How are you guys doing?
Hi, Romy. We're doing great. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, guys.
I'm so excited to have you guys on here because you guys, not only you guys help me so much when it comes to my wellness and my body, because I'm an athlete, I'm always like moving and doing yoga, but you guys are just such beautiful people and I love it. I'm just so happy we're doing this. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Lori?
I'm Lori Bowen, and I'm one of the massage therapists and owner here at Vitality Massage Studio.
And I'm Malisse. I'm Lori's business partner here, and I am also a massage therapist here.
And I want to know, how'd you guys come together? Like, how'd you guys meet? How did this idea come to, let's do this, and help people get better?
We met through a doctor that we both worked for. He's an acupuncturist, and there was a chiropractor there as well in Cutler Bay. And, I walked in one day, and she was the head therapist there. And she's actually been massaging for about 4 years, 4 or 5 years before I even started doing massage. She was already practicing. And I just remember the first time I met her, the doctor, before hiring, they're like, okay, go back there, demonstrate a massage. And she actually came in to the massage as well. And it was like, showing what to do. So I knew she had really great technique and great skill, and she was sound in what she knew about healing in the body. So she was very confident in that. And she just has a great light, and it was a force, and I felt it. And the friendship grew from there.
Right. We did a lot of mobile therapy. We kind of had like a little side hustle on the side out of there, doing like massages and stuff like that. And from there, we became really close. So yeah, that's how
you guys have a great dynamic, and the energy from both of you guys is just perfect. Perfect. Great balance. Why is it important for someone to incorporate massage therapy and body work for physical healing?
So a lot of people think that massage is a luxury, and I always tell them, no, it's so much more than that. It helps to increase your immune system. It helps to increase your red blood cell, and overall just help you to get up the perfect balance of mind, body, and physical, mind, body, and soul.
And what can someone do in between their sessions so they don't completely regress back to, what they were before?
We always try to tell people to incorporate stretching, especially in the mornings. After laying still for a long time, 8 hours, 7 hours sleeping, the blood isn't fully circulating through the body, everything slows down. So upon waking, it's always good to do some type of stretch, or just to get the energy and the vitality flowing through the body as you wake. I always recommend that people get down on the floor and do like 30-second planks for 2 minutes, just to get the body warm, and then you jump up and you're ready to go. So I would say stretching and drinking a lot of water specifically after the massage. I do tell people about lemon and water, room temperature or warm if they can take it, just to try to flush the toxins that we have increased in circulation, because these toxins were trapped in your hard muscles. And then we did the massage, we increased the body's circulation, so a lot of things that were locked in is now back in circulation. And I just want them to drink the water and urinate as much as possible, just to flush it out of the body. So I think that's all we tell them, right?
Yeah, I think diet also play a very important part, because like 98% of my clients love cheese and dairy, which I think create a lot of phlegm and inflammation in the body. So just being conscious of what you're putting in your body, and also keeping, in mind that you have to move throughout the day. Some people lay on the couch, they play video games and stuff like that. So keep moving, and also diet, staying hydrated, as Malisse said, and stuff like that. It's very important.
And supplements as well, because I started taking magnesium like religiously, because you always told me to take magnesium because of my tension or whatever I had going on for myself.
Yeah, it calms the neurological system.
And believe it or not, 85% actually of the human population is deficient in magnesium, which is one of the most important supplements for the joints and muscles. So that's very important to incorporate in your supplements.
Now, you guys also offer cupping,
Yes.
which I love. So, what is the purpose of getting cupping? Because a lot of people, like when I do it, they're just looking at my back and they're like, "Well, what did you go through?" Like, they don't understand
An
that.
octopus attack.
Yeah. So why should someone get cupping after a massage?
So cupping is very important because, like I said before, if you're someone that's eating very bad, you have a lot of inflammation. If you work out a lot, there's a lot of tension in the muscle. So cupping just pretty much help to relieve those tension, get rid of inflammation and stagnation blood out of the body by bringing them to the surface. It's also improving circulation and stuff like that. So that's very important. So
Yeah,
do cupping
you can
once in a
actually
while.
tell the status of the person's body by looking at the discolorations in the cupping.
Right.
If you see a lot of purple, deeper hues, you know that there's stagnation. So the muscle is actually trapped. It's so contracted that the ebb and flow coming into the muscle and out of the muscle the blood brings fresh blood and oxygen to the muscle for healing, repair, and just its day-to-day functions. So when the muscle is very contracted and tight, that ebb and flow is depleted a bit. So you see stagnation building up in the muscle, and that would bring a more purple hue through the cupping. We can see that. Sometimes there's even a green tinge, and that could be metals. It could be mucus, heavy metals get trapped in our bodies. So the cupping definitely can tell a lot about the state of the blood and the muscular system.
Now, the cupping itself, does it help with that, or that's just like we could see what's going on and you could do something else to improve, like flushing out those metals or releasing the contraction of the muscle?
We can guide people to maybe increase the water intake, hydration in the body, and to increase activity in that area. Sometimes through overuse, like we're sedentary.
Right.
This human race is very sedentary right now in the West. And so let's say someone is at a desk for 7 hours or 8 hours a day, just that positioning and the protraction of the shoulders and the head on that increases the weight on the neck muscles, on the shoulder muscles. And a lot of people come in complaining of, I always store tension in my upper traps and in my neck, and it's just becoming so stiff and unbearable. But so what we do is the massage to increase the circulation, and then we would do cupping to try to again draw upward and outward from the muscle, whatever might be in there. So after that, we tell them, try and be a little bit more mobile. I always tell them, so the last 5 minutes of every hour, if you could stand and move around, which is crazy if you're sitting at a desk for an hour and then at the 55 mark you get up and you move around. I ask people to just stand and retract the shoulders, just check your posture, do a body check. So how's my head position? How's my shoulders? Is it stacked against my hips? What am I doing? How am I feeling? How am I breathing deeply? The breath is super important. The breath moves the chi moves the blood, so that's a powerful part of circulation. So we just remind them of these little things that they mightn't think of on a day-to-day,
Yeah, it's not conscious because, we're so comfortable in being misaligned with our body that whenever we're sitting up straight correctly, we're like, this is so uncomfortable. Until you do get used to that. It's a pattern that you have to break.
Yes.
It's a habit you have to build.
Yes.
And personally, when it comes to cupping, I think for me personally, if I get cupping and I see that I have really dark hues on my back, I know it's time for a detox. And I think it's so important that, you do a detox twice a year because we consume so many crap on a daily basis, and over time, if you're not getting that stuff out of your body, that's where the diseases come in, So yeah, I feel like cupping could help you to see what's going on in your body and help you.
It's like a quick fix,
it's time for a detox. Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I feel so. I mean, you always are like, yeah, your color looks good, but that last time I did it, you're like, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Why is it so dark? I'm like, just now.
And Malisse and I get questioned all the time, like, oh my God, like, why do you guys do this here? Like, who pay you guys to do this to them? And I'm like,
it's not a torture chamber,
right? So,
people think it's unpleasant,
right?
I mean, it could be painful. I'm really good.
Uncomfortable.
Well, very uncomfortable. Just like those deep tissue massages could be very uncomfortable, Malisse. When you got my calves that first time that you gave me a massage, I was like, this hurts so good. This hurts so good. But man, like my
couple
body
days.
needed that so much. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, massages, yes, they could be very luxurious. You could go and do it for whatever, self-care or whatever. But this is something that, your body actually really needs in order for it to work properly.
Yes.
Just like, for me going to my sports medicine doctor, chiropractor, like, this is what I need, a realignment. It's not like you have to wait to get into an accident to go see a chiropractor,
Right.
So.
Yeah, and human touch
Mhm.
in itself, just without the deep tissue massage, human touch is so important. So important.
Yeah.
That alone puts people into, I always try to, if I see someone come in and they're like a little, they're not looking at me in my eyes and they're a little like, you can tell they're a little frustrated. I want to take people out of fight or flight and take them immediately into rest and digest. And believe me, the human touch immediately can do it.
And that's what I love about you guys, because not everybody has that approach, right? And people feel that. And that's why I keep sending everybody here. I've had people tell me, like, I just had a massage with Malisse, and just the way that she was talking to me and the things that she was telling me, like, I've never felt so seen.
Aww.
And then that's a beautiful thing, because it's not like you're just getting a massage, right? You guys do so much more.
Well, thank you.
So
Thank you.
that's why you do a great job. Now, we all know that, like, we hold a lot of trauma in our body, a lot of energy, like you were talking about earlier, waking up and moving that stagnant energy. We do a lot of body work when it comes to doing yoga, opening up the hips, releasing, whatever. Have you guys, I know massage does that as well, right? Have you guys experienced someone having like an emotional release or something like that while you guys are giving them a massage?
Malisse more often than myself, but I've had one or two, and I just try to talk them through it and tell them that it's gonna be okay. It's okay to do it once in a while, to cry, to let it go, and
That's amazing. Which is, you guys are holding space for them, technically.
Yes, I wouldn't say it's something that we consciously do or try to do, but it does occur. And sometimes it catches me off guard. I might actually be looking at their face. And to be honest, almost like 85% of the time during a massage, my eyes are closed. So some people are like, oh my God, I'm so self-conscious. I'm like, I'm not looking at you. And I feel more comfortable with my eyes closed because, believe it or not, I feel like I can see them better.
You're intuitively
I can
guided.
see them better. I can see with my fingertips, I swear.
yes,
And I'll go back to the area. I know I have to move on, but I'll go back. So the release that I've experienced with people were full on tears. Like, one time there was just sobbing, bawling. My partner, Lori, had to come out of her massage to check, to see if everything was okay, because the person was crying.
bawling.
So that was a little unexpected. And when these things first started happening, it takes you back, because I start thinking, what did I do? What was the process? And you can't repeat it. It's not something that is a technique that you do. And at least not for us. We haven't delved into that area. I'm sure there's something like that. So these are definitely just natural occurrences. It's not forced. I'm not talking to the person. But we are moving the people. So we're moving the blood, we're moving the chi through the body that might have been blocked or stopped somewhere. And so we're energetic human beings, but our emotions are very like magnetic, so it could cause magnetic blockages sometimes. And then during the massage and increasing the blood flow and the chi, these blockages are released and they feel it. And that is what causes the release, the emotional release. So again, it's not intentional, but if it is needed, it's definitely allowed in the space. As you said, we do make a comfortable, safe space for anything to occur, within the guidelines of medical massage, of course. But it is something that I would like to look into a little bit more. Right now, I don't know if we know enough information about it. I just allow it.
I feel as long as you continue to do what you're doing, keep closing your eyes and let yourself be guided, you give what the person needs.
Yes,
You know, we're not going in there with the intention like, oh, we're gonna make them cry.
Right.
That's
It's
what
like,
I want to. Because the person, if that's what they need, that's what they're gonna get. If the intention that you set is like, you know, it's like when I do my sound healing or when I teach my yoga, I always set my intention. Use me as a vessel for whatever the person needs.
Yes, that's what I definitely do.
You know,
Right before my hands go on, I'm like, thank you for this opportunity, thank you for this space, thank you for this person here, and allow whatever to occur.
Goosebumps. It's magic. It really
thankfully,
is.
we have like amazing clients with beautiful energy like yourself. So you know, sometimes Malisse and I don't really know how. At least I don't know how to block my energy sometimes as well. But I was like, oh, you know, this person energy is so beautiful. I don't even mind. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So with that said, we, like I mentioned, we do hold a lot of traumas and stagnant energy in our bodies. So massage could help release that, right? Not that you guys are intentionally doing it, but it is part of the process. That is why going forward with my retreats, I'm incorporating massages with the packages because I feel like it's so important for people to have like a day where after doing so much of the trauma work, so much of the healing work, so much of like the discovery work in these retreats, to go in a little bit deeper into the body work because they are doing the yoga, they are hiking, they are moving their body, breath work. Now we need to incorporate the massage.
Yes, and the human touch will allow for more of the release. I think it would like heighten their level of like expansion and understanding of what you're doing for them as well and what they need, what their journey is.
What a lot of people don't know is that massage was actually the first form of medicine.
Tell me more.
So, Malisse.
This is like way back. So, you know, I don't know if people are familiar, but in the East, you know, we've been doing medicine for thousands of years. Like traditional Chinese medicine can date back anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 years ago. So, you know, there's ancient relics and stuff found where people were shaving rocks into different pointy forms and sticks and using it as pressure on the human body where there was aches and pains. So they would actually, this is how we kind of could tell that massage was being performed, and then later acupuncture. So I guess it's a very old, ancient form of healing.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
It's more natural. Like if you think of even children, they come up to you and they start rubbing you. I think it's very an instinct within human beings or even our animals that we keep around us, the touch, right? Right. It's an attraction of energy. It's a give and take, a reciprocation of it, and it's the touch. The touch is powerful. It's powerful.
It really is.
And the intention behind the touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned acupuncture because you're currently, Malisse, in school to become an acupuncturist.
Yes. I study acupuncture and herbology.
Yes.
At AMC close by.
Which is a fun fact.
Yes.
I used to work there.
I didn't
you
know
told
that
me
until
that.
she
She
told
told
me.
me.
So when I got pregnant with my firstborn, I was actually working there.
Wow.
So it's such a small world.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Or not.
So
I don't know.
I know Dr. Brown and Lauren, and so it's really they're amazing there.
Yeah,
it's a really good school.
Yeah,
it's an amazing
tight-knit
school.
community there. So I do study acupuncture and again herbology, and we hope to incorporate and keep expanding. You know, we definitely do medical grade massage, and I think it's a natural progression to move into Eastern medicine. You know,
That makes sense. It goes with the brands.
Yes.
And what is acupuncture and herbology good for?
So acupuncture is a study or recognition of the energetic body. So we follow certain guidelines. There's actually 12 main meridians of energy that run up and down and in and out of our organs. There's more channels than that, but the 12 main channels are those, and it's represented by the organs of the body, like the heart channel, the lung channel, the liver channel. And on these pathways, there are specific points or vortexes of energy pulling in or out of the body. And through thousands of years, the Chinese have mastered this technique. And So we're able to actually heal people by correcting the disturbance in the energetic meridians or energetic field of the body. And I have a personal belief that we actually get sick energetically first. So there's a disruption or a disturbance in the energy of the body, and then if left unchecked, it manifests in a physical representation.
I believe that as well.
So,
Why?
so if you want to heal somebody and truly heal somebody or assist in the healing, you would need to address the energetic disturbance first. So whether it's through meditation, whether it's through yoga, or massage, acupuncture, you just want to correct the energy lines of the body and just make sure that they're, again, flowing. Everything is about flow. Everything is about circulation. The chi moves the blood, and the blood nourishes the body. So acupuncture allows for healing on at the root cause of the issue. So
that's really cool. You mentioned the meridians. I actually wanted to ask you about the meridians and like what they are, and acupoints and the nadis.
So we kind of covered that a little bit. The meridians are channels or lines of energy. There's 12 main meridians in the body, and they run from head to toe, fingers to body. It just runs in a very methodical, like intelligent way in the body. So that's the meridians, these channels or highways of energy. The acupuncture points are, again, vortexes of energy that were mapped out on the meridian lines, and they're used for different purposes. So so let's say the lung channel, for instance, has 9 points on the lung channel. So lung 1 would be to open up the chest, expand the lungs, while lung 7 might be to release to the exterior what is trapped within. So let's say the lung is full of mucus and I want to start expelling the mucus. I would go to certain points. I would do that lung 7, so they're all very purposeful in their job, what they do, and you just have to learn it in a way and practice in a way that you know how to incorporate what points for what illness. And we go in with the needles and tap in, and they feel it. When there's energy blocked, they feel an electric, like I know you have. Lori's been participating in acupuncture for a very long time as well. It's just something that we do for self-care.
Acupuncture helped me a lot with migraines.
I
used to have really bad migraines to the point that I used to black out. I couldn't drive because it was that bad. So I started seeing an acupuncturist, and I was seeing him routinely, like consistently, like every week for a couple weeks until I got better.
Yes.
And now I know now also my healthy lifestyle helps.
Yes.
But the migraine, I remember my first migraine. I was 6 years old. I remember.
So young.
And I remember getting home from school. I'm like, what is this? Like my eyes, like I couldn't see the light, and it was really bad.
That's very young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So acupuncture really helped me with that.
I know Lori does something called acupressure. We both do. So let's say the same points that he might have used in the base of I know he probably did some acupuncture at the back or base of the skull, and the neck and the shoulders. She actually does something called a head zone out technique for 30 minutes just on the and she self-taught, she taught herself the points needed around the skull, and she
taught me a lot of it too.
and she would do the same techniques using her finger as pressure instead of a needle. So it's called acupressure because we're still incorporating the same points and activating them or sedating them in a way. So that technique is still used here. That's legal to do it here.
And I think that's one of the things that sets us apart from other massage places, is like we focus on those pressure points and we help to get rid of the issue that these clients are coming here for.
And we're constantly learning. Like Lori doesn't study acupuncture, but she does know a hell of a lot about it. We're just constantly learning. People say that they come here for rehab. I'm like, we're not physical therapists. Don't say that.
Well,
and they're like, no, I went to physical therapy before I came to you, and that didn't work.
Yeah, I know. Just the verbiage, I don't want to get sued. It's like when people call me a therapist. I'm like, I'm not your therapist. I'm your life coach. It's not therapy. This is coaching. He goes, yeah, but you've done more for me. I'm like, okay, I'm not your therapist. So
it's an umbrella terminology.
So last thing, like, what is the nadis? We didn't get into that.
So nadis is part. It's not recognized in acupuncture or traditional Chinese medicine, which is what I study. It is recognized in Ayurvedic medicine. And fun fact, acupuncture came from Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurveda is even older than this. So could you imagine? Like, we're going back like thousands. Yes, this is ancient techniques, and I feel like it's tried and proven. It's been proven, to work. So, and that medicine, let's say, is 5,000 years old, and compared to Western medicine, it's 300 years old. So the pharmaceuticals that way,
like nothing.
they're like a kindergartner.
Yeah.
So the nadis are, again, channels. They're not as specific as traditional. It's not organized as well as traditional Chinese medicine. It is more the root, the primitive form of it. So the Chinese took this body of ancient information from India and went and expanded on it and studied it and then made it more organized. So the nadis are actually energy channels as well, and they work well with the chakras.
Right. The
chakras are the bigger wheels of energy in our body, and I know you know a lot about it.
Yes, I ask questions I know about, so I can hear you. But in yoga, we do, connect to that as well with the chakras, doing the different, mudras and the like Mudra Bandha.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we're connecting, with the vagus nerve and all.
The vagus is very important.
Yeah. Let's talk about what the vagus nerve is, since I brought it up.
The vagus is one of the largest nerves in the body. It's called the wandering nerve. It's actually counted as one of the cranial nerve, the 10th cranial nerve. However, it goes all
straight
down into the chest. And I was actually reading something recently that's saying, I'm not a fan of very, very cold water, but they said that drinking really cold water once in a while can activate the nerve quickly.
I feel that. I do. I feel it run down the back of my spine. When I drink really cold water, that I always drink room temperature, because it's like when it's really cold, I feel it. Like I feel it in the back of my skull going down the back of my neck.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it.
But the vagus nerve has a lot to do with, fight or flight, rest and digest. We want to just keep the balance with that.
Yeah, so having it balanced will keep you balanced.
That's very important, very important. And you mentioned sound therapy earlier, and I know that you can directly affect the vagus nerve because of how large it is through the sound therapy. Right. Nerves are channels of stimulation, and then sound is vibration. So these are all on the same level.
Yeah, it's all under the same umbrella, like you mentioned earlier. It's all the same umbrella. Mm-hmm. So incorporating all these different modalities, like assist your healing so much.
On a holistic level.
Yeah,
we're looking at everything.
Right, not only physically but spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Like it's great to do different things. Mm-hmm. So you guys posted on your Instagram some questions for people to ask you. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you those questions now. The first one is, what does wellness mean to you guys at Vitality?
So here at Vitality, I think wellness is just having a balance of your physical, spiritual, and emotional well-being. Along with that, I think it's also important that, you live a very sanitary lifestyle, like when it comes to your diet, staying hydrated, taking the right supplements, and just being a positive person. So that's what wellness means to us here at Vitality.
Yes, I think that people think of wellness more as like this physical thing, like, oh, this aches and I need a massage, I need to heal, to heal that or move it. But to us, I think healing is it has so many different meanings. I think even trying to observe and take control of, your thoughts and the rapid thoughts that come through and pass through us, I think is very important. I think, holding your intention and holding avoid sometimes. Just think of nothing. Don't have these rapid thoughts flickering through your mind 24/7.
So meditate.
Oh, is that so meditate. There we go. I think having a little bit more self-control as far as thoughts go and your lifestyle goes play a big part. It allows us to assist in your healing on a deeper level, even, we could do more.
Just live in the moment.
So next question is, are your therapists licensed and or certified?
Yes.
I would hope so.
We are licensed.
We're both licensed.
Yeah.
And we have multiple certifications, actually, because in able to sustain your license year to year, you have to always go through a new course.
Right.
So every year we have to do, like the last one I think we did was lymphatic drainage, and then we did a deeper level of cupping therapy. So it's just these certifications that we do just to expand on our
Continuous
learning.
education.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we need to do because times change, and also I'm a huge believer of like, yes, get like all these certifications, right? But you have to take the time to implement
And practice.
because I've seen people like, oh, I got certified for this, and I got
Yes.
certified for this, and I got certified, and I'm like, okay, and what time are you implementing any of this?
When are
Because
you doing
yeah,
it?
exactly.
Which
So
is
it's like,
why we don't advertise the last CEU that we did, because Malisse and I, sometimes we get so busy here, we have no time to practice anything else, and we haven't really practiced the lymphatic drainage. I mean, we know what we're doing, but to like perfect it, we want to like perfect it, so we haven't advertised it much.
Yeah, we always try. We take things to another level. Like,
well,
we have
if
to
you ever
study
need to practice on anyone, I volunteer as tribute.
Definitely.
She volunteers her body to science.
Exactly. Whatever you need. Next question: is it better to take a painkiller or get a massage to get rid of the pain?
I think it depends on what type of pain they're experiencing. We need a little bit more information, because there's different types of pain, and it could be deep organ pain in the body. Massage, I feel, would work more superficially on the muscular system, nerves, joints. But if they're feeling something, deep, like uterus contractions, we could probably calm them down, though, and calm the contractions. But that's a funny question.
I just don't really believe in using medication or painkillers to like cover up the issue. I feel like you need to get
to the root cause.
To the root cause, yeah.
But that would be like a temporary thing, maybe for them to get through the day or move forward.
I mean, I've seen people like that takes steroid shots of the steroid shots,
the corticosteroids. I think the doctors are like handing them out, like, you get a shot, and it's really odd. Like, they're like, listen, I had my last shot like 6 months ago. I'm due for another one. I'm coming to just try to see if the massage would help. The doctor can't give me the shot right now. And then we take them in. We do what's needed. We work with them, and they feel the relief without the corticosteroids.
And I feel like if you're constantly on painkillers, you're not going to want to go seek help to get to the root issue.
Yeah, because you're masking the problem, right? So yeah, painkillers are great, like if it's really bad and you just can't, but it shouldn't be like a supplement.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that comes with like a bunch of
side effects
and a whole set of other issues, like it kill your gut health.
The gut health.
Yeah, which is very important.
And even the lining of the stomach, and it increases acid in the tummy. So it's not so good for the long-term use.
Right.
More damage than good.
So if you can, definitely the holistic route or massage is definitely better in my opinion.
Right. And then through pain, we tend to like suspend the breath, like you're like not breathing as deeply, when that's the point where you need to pull in the energy, you need to pull in the oxygen, the prana energy, and direct it. Like, we are our own doctors. We are our own healers. We just keep giving our power up to society or to these professionals, but it starts with us. Your mom was your first doctor, right?
Yeah.
And she taught you. Instinctively inside of us, we know what is needed. Can we create a space of stillness to listen to our body, to hear ourselves?
That's what we need.
Can we do that?
Right.
Because if that was done and if that was practiced, we can heal ourselves.
Right.
We can prevent illness.
And I've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen this firsthand.
I've seen this, and I've also seen where like you have someone that, when I was at the doctor's office, for instance, like I've seen someone come in for help with a certain issue they was having, and they had the whole mentality that, oh, this doesn't work. And sure enough,
of course, it's not going to work.
Yeah, they didn't see any result, and the minute they changed their mindset, and start believing in the treatment, then she starts seeing result. Yeah.
Right, because you're being open to receiving.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
I was having this conversation with my friend yesterday that, not anything to do with this, but like when I opened myself to a certain thing, so many opportunities started coming. And it's just like, it's so crazy because like a month ago, like none of this was happening.
No, you aligned yourself
Right.
with your purpose.
Right.
And that is what the universe reads.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, you want to do this? Here.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Here you
I'm
go.
here for you.
Extra. There's so
Abundance.
many.
There's abundance.
so many.
Tap
Now I
into
have
me.
options. Thank
Yes.
you.
Mine is a powerful thing, man.
Yeah, but talking about like the painkillers, our bodies results based on like internal issues. If you have something going on internally, then it'll show up in the body later.
Definitely. If it's it's not being checked, it's not being acknowledged, it's not being respected. So our body's drawing our attention to an issue like pain, inflammation, redness, heat. These are all, or your energy feels stagnant. You don't feel lively. You're not vital.
Yeah.
Why? It's not always external. We need to turn inward sometimes and just focus. We live in a society, it's glitz and glamour over here. When we first came to this country, I was like amazed. And they put me into New York. I was like, I went from a little island to New York City, and I was like, whoa. And I could feel throughout the years that the attention is more protracted outward. And, where your intention lies is what grows and flourishes. So sometimes, we need to be balanced and pull that inward and just introspectively look at ourselves, do a self-check, feel our bodies, feel our greatness, and that can allow healing as well.
Yeah.
The thing is that so many people are just not comfortable with sitting with themselves. They don't even like to go out to a movie alone or dinner alone because they can't sit with themselves, that they can't fathom, like,
worse than that, they can't sit in quietness and stillness because then they hear themselves and they, it's like a foreign person now. We don't know ourselves.
Yeah, you're so disconnected from yourself.
Right.
Or if you're used to being around a lot of chaos and a lot of things going on, that when things are calm and things are just quiet, you're
There's
just
no
waiting
trauma.
you're just waiting for the shoe to drop. Like
that means that we're living in fight or flight.
Yeah, exactly
And
what I was
that's
going to say. Exactly.
That's not healthy.
That's not healthy.
Yeah. And that's a lot of work that goes into like getting, because I used to be that person. I used to, when things were just too calm, I'm like, okay, so how am I going to self-destruct and find, stimulation? Let me go party and go do some drugs.
How can we connect with other people if we're not first connecting with ourselves?
Right.
How can it be a genuine interaction with somebody else? If we're not interacting with ourselves, we're not focusing on ourselves. Have fun with yourself. Play with yourself, not physically, but have
physically
fun,
too.
enjoy.
Why not?
Play with yourself.
Yeah, why not?
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the time and space that you create for yourself. That's why Lori has like a whole bath time ritual. Sometimes I'm like, this is a lot. Candles, scents.
I create bath salts, right? Like spiritual.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
do.
I gotta get some of that from you. Yeah, but I love
carving out a little time for
Yeah,
you.
You need
it's
that.
important.
You need that.
I think it's
Especially
so
when you work
important.
with other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. You have to disconnect. Like after every life coaching session for me, every Reiki session, even every yoga session, like I have to, disanchor myself from that person, right? And ground myself again, because if not, you take that shit home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And let me tell you, that little stick of sage is not going to do it. You need a little bit more than that.
Yes, I agree. I
You
totally
need an
agree.
exorcism.
Yeah, sometimes, No, I'm just kidding. So the next question is, does a massage need to hurt in order for it to be a good massage? And I think that this is a really great question, because some people feel that unless you're in pain, it's not working.
Yeah.
Those are excessive people and they want more regardless. So it mightn't just be in a massage. It might be like, okay, I'm going to the doctor says take 2 pills every 2 hours. I'm going to take 3 pills every hour. There's just excessive. And I could fall into that category.
I used to be that way.
Person, I definitely could relate to that. So to answer the question.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like,
No.
matter of fact, I mean,
Shouldn't-
it shouldn't hurt.
no,
It shouldn't
shouldn't.
hurt, you know? Like,
People think more is more is
Yeah.
better. If I'm not feeling that hurt, they're not doing their job. It's not
I
working.
think if it's like a deep tissue massage, like Malisse, I've gotten like deep tissue from you. Like the first time I got a massage from you, my calves were. I'm like, I didn't even know that existed. Like that.
Yeah.
Pain. What? The next day, I was sore. I was super sore. Like if I worked out calves, but that's what my body needed. And then the day after, I was just like feeling so much better. I was just like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely don't have to get a deep tissue massage to see result. In fact, you could get the same result from a firm Swedish massage as you can from a deep tissue massage. But some people, they have a very high sensitivity to touch, and it all depends on how tight the muscle
Yeah.
of the body is, because I could be like literally like just glazing my hand over you and you feel like I'm just like digging into you, and I'm like, I didn't even
Some
touch
people
you.
are more
Right.
they've gone past pain to a point of irritation and inflammation, and it's very so just to start addressing their issue, everything they're on fire. They're the gentlest touches causing
Right.
sensations that they're unfamiliar with. And with those people, do you think you could go deep into their body?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
And-
So it's layers.
Yeah.
It's layers to this thing.
When it comes to my therapy, I always listen to the client. It's all about what you want. You know, even if I think you need something different, I'm going to give you a Swedish massage because that's what you want, even though I think you should go a little bit deeper, because I want you to be happy with, the service, and like you could come back and resolve the issue even more. So I don't think you have to go.
It's just like that mentality, like people. It happens with working out. Like unless you're like getting killed at the gym and super sore the next day, it wasn't a good workout. No, you could literally not be sore at all, and that workout was exactly what your body needed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, I guess it's just listening to your body and communicating with your therapist.
And I also think techniques have a lot to do with it, because I've gone to places to get massages, and you have the therapist like angling their elbows like straight down into my muscle, and I'm like, holy shit, that hurts. When it comes to like a technique like that, you're always supposed to like angle your elbow at an angle, not straight down. So it all depends on the therapist technique as well.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned technique, because the next question is, tell me about some common injuries that your clients have and what techniques help them.
Man, we have seen a lot of different issues.
Yeah. We primarily do medical grade massage here. So I've seen a lot of like plantar fasciitis, sciatic nerve issues,
Headaches.
Neuralgia, headaches,
Tennis elbow.
golfer's elbow, frozen shoulder. So the technique would vary according to what we're dealing with.
Yes.
So everything is super individualized when you're dealing with body work or massage. Everybody's different. And then you have to know how to like come outside of your comfort zone and edit your technique a bit to fit what's needed at that time with that person. So again, you have to be totally conscious. You have to be totally aware of what's going on here and tap into everything and listen to the person, listen to what they need.
When it comes to that, I think you have different type of massages. You have Swedish, you have shiatsu, deep tissue. And when it comes to something like muscular dysfunction or having, any kind of problem with the muscle, I think we focus more on shiatsu and acupressure, because those are more medical techniques that helps to relieve whatever issue the client is having. So even though we might manipulate it, like in different ways, we always incorporate some shiatsu or some acupressure points into those kind of issues.
Yeah.
That's great. And the last question is, what advice would you give someone that works out hard, and doesn't do recovery care?
You won't be working out much longer.
Seriously.
I think if you want the best, most beautiful, like muscles, I feel like the long, elongated muscles, plump, I think the recovery is one of the most important parts of it. It actually follows the workout. It makes no sense to me to work out rigorously and then not have a recovery routine. Like it's
right. believe it or not, every time we work out as well, we're causing induced trauma. Like, so you need to be recovering those muscles. You gotta get rid of the lactic acid buildup. And if you're not doing that over time, all of that buildup just becomes too much for the muscle. And then you start
Hard knots in the muscle.
inflammation. With inflammation comes pain and a whole bunch of other issues which now become chronic. And that's when you're going for your steroid shots. Like, I just had a guy yesterday that he had some kind of bet with his son that, oh, his son told him that if you could lift 500 pounds, I'll let you train me. Sure enough, he did. And he ended up with a torn rotator cuff.
Oh.
Yeah. And now he's working on recovery for that. And he wasn't coming to get massages. He doesn't stretch. So, you know, like things like that, it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
So I
those are
guess-
part of the workout, like
Yeah.
the stretching.
What would
and
be a
everything.
good like recovery routine you would think? It's definitely hydration.
Hydration and
Stretching.
even if you're not coming here for a passive stretch, like active stretch is just as important. So, you know, now it's going to take you months and months because when you have like a rotator cuff, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
A
one of
big
those
joint.
very
That's one of our
big
joints.
joints that takes a very long time.
And we use it all the time.
right.
So.
And if you're not getting recovery care, scar tissue is a very, very
Right.
big issue that we see here from people that had like injuries and don't get any kind of recovery for it, and then those scar tissue builds up, and then you have lack of circulation and a whole bunch of other issues. So
Internal, the scar tissue is non-vascular.
right.
So there's no blood flow to that area that's already damaged, and that's how we heal with the bringing fresh blood and oxygen to that area that might be impaired. So we don't want scar tissue to build up. That's something I know a lot of massage therapists
Yeah.
and any other type of therapist would be battling inside the body. That's something
And,
it's hard to
yeah.
control. It's hard for us to deal with. I would prefer to just have that routine in place so that we could help the healing and recovery better.
Right. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an injury. Like, just from being overly active on a daily basis, you're developing scar tissue if you're not recovering those muscles.
Yeah. I think we need to move away from the massages are luxury to it's necessary.
Preventative care.
Yeah,
It's preventative
preventative.
care. It's recovering care. You could use it, any way.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. Thank you guys so much for, sharing your knowledge with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Where can everybody find you? Other than in my stories, me reposting you guys all the time.
So you can find us on Instagram at Vitality Massage Studio. We also have a website at Vitality Massage Studio Miami305.com. And yeah, just come on, and we're located on
Close to the Falls Mall, 129 Terrace.
Pinecrest.
yes.
And Lori, you have another little business I'm going to throw in there.
Yes.
So let's talk about it a little bit.
So I just started a Lori Vintage, which is a recycle business. I feel like fast fashion has become such a big issue in our culture today, and it's actually killing the planet. So I'm trying to find ways where we can like get out of that, fast fashion brand and just be a lot more conscious in what we're buying so we can save our planet.
And where can people follow this?
I also have an Instagram. It's called Lori Vintage, and I also have a website, lorivintage.com.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you. And remember, guys, it's not all of a light.